Welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Mosca, M-O-S-C-A. I am the PIO for the City of Sanford. I can be reached at pio@sanfordfl.gov, 407-562-2778. Today's march will run from Centennial Park to the Civic Center. The family and its primary supporters will be leading the march. The family and their supporters have been invited to speak at the commission meeting. The march will begin at 4 p.m. and the Civic Center will also open at 4 p.m. The City Commission Town Hall meeting will begin at 5 p.m. General public seating will be limited in the Civic Center, and we ask the public for their full cooperation if they plan to attend this meeting. Please note that not everyone will be able to be seated in the Civic Center, but the city has made accommodations for this at Fort Mellon Park for a jumbo screen and speakers to see and hear the proceedings inside the Civic Center. We have issued some guidelines for attendees of the Commission Town Hall meeting. They include no food or beverages, no large bags. Anything hand carried will be searched, similar to what has been done at the theme parks. There's no strollers allowed. Handicapped persons will be accommodated. Everyone must be seated during the meeting. And now I'd like to introduce our city manager, Mr. Norton Bonaparte, B-O-N-A-P-A-R-T-E. Mr. Bonaparte.
Good afternoon. We had indicated that we'd be looking to have regular press conferences, and we will continue to do that. If in fact we find that there's no need or no new information, then we'll let a media release go out to tell you that for that day we won't be having a press conference. The main point I'd like to talk about for today is the point of having a central focal point for the Sanford Police Department. Therefore, I have appointed Captain Darren Scott to be the acting Chief of Police. Captain Bob O'Connor will be the acting Deputy Chief of Police. I have contacted the Police Executive Research Forum, and they've agreed to assist in helping us to identify candidates that could be considered for the interim chief position. Captain Scott's been with the department about 23 years. He's one of the most senior ranking officers. He's held a number of positions, and at this time it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you now Acting Police Chief, Mr. Darren Scott.
Thank you, City Manager. Before I take any questions, let me say one thing. The events that have recently occurred here in the city of Sanford have certainly taken a toll on everyone. Mostly to the families of the victim, to the members of the police department, to the citizens of our city. But I want to assure everyone, while we wait the outcome of these pending investigations, myself and the men and women of the Sanford Police Department will continue to perform their daily operational responsibilities to those who have entrusted their lives in the performance of our duties. And I know that each one of you and everyone out there watching would like to have a quick and positive resolution in this tragic event. However, I must say that we do have a system in place, a legal system. It may not be perfect, but it's the only one that we have. And I urge everyone to let the system take its course.
Chief,
Questions?
there's some new information that came out today, more information about Mr. Zimmerman's side of this story, that actually Mr. Trayvon Martin was the aggressor, punched him, knocked him to the ground, banged his head on concrete. What can you say about that? Because that is allegedly coming from either the police department or administration of the city.
I was just informed of that, and we're currently assessing that. I cannot confirm or deny at this time.
Well, don't you know the details of the case?
Yes, but we won't discuss any aspect of the investigation unless it's something that we can't share with you.
Okay, but
It's already
obviously,
out.
Chief, you
It's
are
already
discussing aspects of the case because this is not the first time, it's the second time in less than a week in which information that was supposed to not be released was in fact released. So do you have leaks, and how are you handling that?
Again, any aspect of the investigations, I don't want to comment at this time until I can verify the information. Any other questions?
What can you tell us about what happened? What is going on now with the investigation? Is the investigation in the last week uncovering anything new that you didn't know before?
The investigation is ongoing. and it is in the hands of trained professionals. And I would like the integrity of the investigation to remain intact until we get additional information to confirm anything. I reserve comment on that.
Were you involved in the initial investigation, sir? And were you involved in the initial investigation of the Zimmerman-Martin matter? And do you stand by its findings?
Again, I'm not going to comment on any aspect of the investigation. Thank you.
Is Chief Lee still being kept up to date on the situation and everything that's going on, and does he have any decision-making?
Chief Lee has been removed from the day-to-day operations. He stepped down last week, and he is not part of the ongoing operations of the Sanford Police Department. So thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Why he's being